Have you ever watched a family that seemed picture-perfect on TV suddenly start falling apart behind the scenes? What if one of the closest relatives decided enough was enough and drew a hard line, choosing no contact with the very people who helped make them famous? Today, we're diving into the story of Amy Duggar King and why she stepped away from her uncle Jim Bob Duggar and Aunt Michelle Duggar. This isn't just another family drama. It's a deeply personal decision rooted in protection, boundaries, and years of growing differences. Stick around because the reasons might surprise you, and the fallout has rippled through the entire Duggar world. The Duggar family first captured America's hearts with their hit TLC show 19 Kids and Counting. Jim, Bob, and Michelle, with their large, close-knit family, promoted values of faith, family, and simplicity. Viewers tuned in for the homeschooling, the modest lifestyle, the courtships, and all those big family moments. Amy Duggar, Jim Bob's niece and daughter of his sister Deanna, became a fan favorite as Cousin Amy. She appeared on the show, bringing a bit of spunk and a different perspective from her own upbringing. While she wasn't raised exactly like her cousins, she was often around the family compound in Arkansas, part of the extended circle that made the show feel so relatable and wholesome. But behind the cameras, things were more complicated. The family followed the Institute in Basic Life Principles, or IBLP, a conservative Christian organization that shaped much of their daily life. Over the years, public revelations about challenges within the family began to surface, including the 2015 scandal involving oldest son Josh Duggar. As the kids grew up and some started questioning their upbringing, cracks appeared. The 2023 docuseries Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets brought even more attention to these dynamics, with several family members, including Amy, sharing their experiences. This set the stage for the shifts we're seeing today, where personal boundaries and differing views on family protection have led to real distance. Now, let's get to the heart of what's happening with Amy. According to multiple interviews she's given, her decision to go no contact with Jim, Bob, and Michelle didn't happen overnight. It built over time, with key moments pushing her towards stronger boundaries. Amy has said the handling of Josh Duggar's issues was a major turning point. Josh faced allegations and later a conviction related to child pornography in 2021. Amy has publicly expressed deep disappointment in how the family responded, feeling that protection for the vulnerable wasn't prioritized as she believed it should be. In videos and interviews around that time and after, she stressed her commitment to safeguarding her own son, Daxton, saying things like she didn't want to give certain family members the right to know her child if she couldn't trust the environment. Amy has been clear that she felt lied to or kept in the dark about serious matters, which eroded trust. In one interview, she mentioned realizing where she stood in the totem pole after discovering inconsistencies leading up to Josh's trial. She has stated that contact basically stopped around that period. It's been a very long time since she's spoken to them, she shared in a 2025 interview ahead of her memoir release. Her focus shifted to protecting her peace and her family. She has described drawing a line to avoid repeating painful patterns. The Shiny Happy People docuseries amplified her voice. Amy appeared in it, discussing the IBLP's influence and her concerns about the family's approach. She has called the organization harmful in some ways and said speaking up was about not condoning what she saw as damaging. Post-docuseries, Jim, Bob, and Michelle released statements about handling matters privately and dealing with ill intentions, but Amy responded that sweeping things under the rug was part of the problem. As of 2025 interviews, she confirmed no direct conversations with them since the docuseries aired. She lives nearby but maintains cordial distance if paths cross, emphasizing boundaries over bitterness. Amy has also opened up about broader issues, including her own childhood experiences and feeling somewhat at arm's length even during filming days. In her 2025 memoir Holy Disruptor, she shares more about her journey, deconstructing certain beliefs, and choosing authenticity. She has highlighted wanting a different environment for her child, one free from what she views as toxic cycles. While she expresses love for parts of the past and some cousins, she believes growth means accepting different paths, even if it means less closeness. Recent events, like the 2026 arrest of cousin Joseph Duggar on molestation-related charges, have brought the family back into headlines. Amy has spoken out supporting accountability and the alleged victim, consistent with her long-held stance on protection. She and her mom Deanna have been vocal about patterns they see, but her no-contact position with Jim Bob and Michelle predates these latest developments by years. She remains close with Jill Duggar-Dillard, another family member who set boundaries with their parents for her own mental health and family reasons. Amy has described Jill as a true ally and someone she's leaned on. It's worth noting that not every detail comes from official statements. Some insights come from Amy's own interviews and social media, where she shares her perspective directly. Jim Bob and Michelle have generally preferred to keep family matters private and have expressed love for their extended family while focusing on their faith. Amy has said she'd be cordial in person but won't move her boundaries. She acknowledges everyone is living their own lives now, with cousins busy raising families. Public reaction has been mixed, as it often is with the Duggars. Fans who grew up watching the show express sadness over the family fractures, with some praising Amy for speaking her truth and prioritizing her son's safety. Others defend Jim Bob and Michelle, pointing to their consistent values and the challenges of raising a huge family under a microscope. Social media lights up with debates. Some see Amy's stance as brave boundary setting after years of public scandals, while others feel it's harsh or fueled by the spotlight. Media outlets have covered it fairly neutrally, highlighting quotes from Amy's interviews without sensationalizing every rumor. Overall, it reflects a broader conversation about family estrangement, faith deconstruction, and how reality TV families navigate real-life pain.